So, if you're a family living anywhere in East Tennessee, chances are you've heard the buzz about Hardin Valley. But what's really going on there? What's behind its reputation as one of the best communities? Today, we're going to dig into why, even as we look ahead to 2026, Hardin Valley's appeal just keeps getting stronger. Let's break it all down.
Before anyone even starts looking at houses, there's a much bigger question they're asking themselves. It's not just about finding four walls and a roof. It's about finding a place where you actually belong. So what is that secret ingredient that turns a collection of streets and houses into a real community? A place where a family can genuinely put down roots?
Well, for more and more families, the answer to that really big question is right here, Hardin Valley. This spot in West Knoxville has become this absolute magnet for people who are searching for that perfect mix of modern living and a real sense of connection. So, what is the secret sauce? How did this happen? Well, it was no accident. The success of Hardin Valley really starts with one powerful idea: intentional community planning.
And this right here is the key difference maker. See, unlike a lot of older areas that just kind of grew piece by piece over time, sometimes a little chaotically, Hardin Valley was actually designed with one big, cohesive vision. It's kind of like a giant puzzle where all the important pieces, the schools, the homes, the roads, were designed to fit together perfectly right from the start.
And here's what that planning actually feels like in your day-to-day life. It's that peace of mind you get from knowing your kids are playing safely in a cul-de-sac. It's the simple joy of taking a walk in the evening on a sidewalk that actually connects to other places. It's the lack of stress because the traffic is predictable. For a busy family, these aren't just little details. They're the foundation for a much calmer, easier life.
Okay, so if intentional planning is the foundation, what's the backbone holding this whole community up? Well, it's the schools. This is time and time again one of the biggest, if not the biggest, reason families choose Hardin Valley. And here's what creates such an incredible sense of stability. It's the K-12 progression. Just imagine this. Your kids can start kindergarten and graduate high school with the very same group of friends all inside the same amazing school system. That kind of consistency, it's incredibly rare. And for parents, it is absolutely priceless.
And look, these schools are so much more than just buildings for learning. They're basically the community's living room. I mean, think about it. The Friday night football games, the school plays, the parent meetings, that's where neighbors actually become good friends. And that powerful community spirit creates this constant demand, which makes buying a home here a really stable, reliable investment.
But of course, a great community has to actually work for your busy life, right? And that brings us to our third big point, everyday convenience. How do you get easy access to everything you need, but without all the stress of living in a super congested area?
I just love this quote because it completely nails it. Close to everything without feeling busy. I mean, isn't that the magic formula? That's the dream, right? Access without the anxiety. It's that exact sweet spot that so many of us are looking for.
And you see that perfect balance in very real ways. All your daily stuff, running to the grocery store, grabbing a quick dinner, a doctor's visit, it's all just a few minutes away. And because Pellissippi Parkway is right there, the commute to major employers in places like Oak Ridge or downtown Knoxville is surprisingly simple.
But a community isn't just about schools and shopping centers. It's about how you actually live. It's about how you play. And in Hardin Valley, that means a lifestyle that's really connected to the outdoors.
These outdoor spots are absolutely central to the whole Hardin Valley experience. The greenway, the parks, these aren't just lines on a map, they are always being used. They're where kids can safely bring off all that energy, and maybe more importantly, they're where you just naturally bump into your neighbors. It's where that feeling of connection really comes alive.
Okay, and finally, let's talk about the bottom line. Because let's be honest, a home is one of the biggest financial decisions any family is ever going to make. So what is it that makes Hardin Valley such a smart and stable investment for the long run?
The key thing to understand here is that the property values in Hardin Valley are built on something solid. The demand isn't being driven by some passing fad, it's driven by timeless, fundamental qualities, fantastic schools, a smart layout, and a perfect location. That's what gives homeowners real confidence in the future of their investment.
When you put it side by side like this, it really puts it all in perspective, doesn't it? Compared to some of the older parts of Knoxville, you're getting newer homes and newer infrastructure. But when you compare it to neighborhoods that are way farther out, you get so much better access to everything you need. Hardin Valley just hits that perfect sweet spot for modern family living.
And that kind of brings us right back to where we started. Choosing Hardin Valley isn't just about buying a house with a certain number of bedrooms. It's really a decision to invest in a particular lifestyle, one that's active, it's connected, and it was intentionally designed from the very beginning to help families succeed.
So, I'll just leave you with this one last thought. When you really look past the price tag and the square footage, what does your family really need to thrive? As we've seen today, for more and more families, the answer to that question is found right here in Hardin Valley. Thanks so much for listening.